All right, Acolytes, welcome back to another episode of Dried Blood. We've got two amazing champions here with us. Toocher versus Shonen. It was a great fight. How'd you both feel, Forging? How'd you feel about the fight?
There was a curse. There was something at play well outside of my own control there. So I think he died the way he lived, which is as part of our figment of imagination.
I didn't lose. The dice made me lose.
Yeah, that's me.
What a perfect way to handle this. Now, I have to say, the back and forth between the two of you was absolutely fantastic. And Toocher had some fantastic comebacks. What was one of your favorite Toocher moments? I gotta ask, from Toocher himself, what was the moment where you're like, this embodies my character so beautifully?
I loved that moment in the very beginning where before we went out to the fight, I had a chance to sort of just tap him on the shoulder and then like get inside his head because I felt like that was both like a very like pro fight thing behind the scenes and
Mhm.
also allowed me to activate his sneak attack beforehand. And I was trying to go for like a mix of he has poison attacks and plus he has sort of like a toxic personality that could get inside your head and like talk smack to you and make you feel bad. But I think fortunately played the reverse Uno card on me because the fact that he was 15.
You're being a dick to a kid.
Yeah, yeah. That hurt. That hurt. You know, it still played off pretty well, though. I will say with Tusher, what I enjoyed the most were just those little quips and the energy. Like, come on, kid, put on a show. Like it was a perfect challenge because you saw who he was and engaged him on that level to be like, push it up, come on, get to that 9,000 level. And I would almost imagine that Tusher would not have mind dying if Shonen had risen to that top level.
Oh, totally. I think at the end of the day, Tusher in certain ways, like Tusher's like the perfect antagonist for an anime protagonist to discover their inner strength and rise above, etc. Like it was your moment to seize, dude. The dice just weren't with you tonight, though.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So,
Okay.
Shonen, you had what, 4 or 5 nat ones? That was
I think it went up to
insane.
5.
Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, but some of the best players, one of the biggest tests that we see is how they handle the nat ones, and you handled those so well. Like you didn't skip a beat. Well, I mean, we had the reaction. but you RP'd that so smoothly and kept the character going. I loved it. What was your favorite like how a shonen nat 1 moments out of
All
the
of them.
many that you have to choose from?
They were all my
Out of
favorites.
all the
just
times you
FYI.
failed tonight, just which one of your failures did you most enjoy?
Yep.
I love them
Your
all.
your litany of failure.
You have
Yeah,
so
which-
many to choose from. We have a small book that we could just drop it down and small clouds of dust go everywhere.
But speaking about dropping down a small clouds of dust, right at the start, having that whole crane just descend and it just be like a moment of like, okay, I really like taking pauses in rounds. I don't have to complete my turn. If something like that happens, let that be it.
And you chose that. You're like, that's it. This is too perfect of a story. Just getting crushed right away. It was hilarious.
Like, it just played out very anime in my head, and I'm happy with that.
Yes.
These are the anime stories they don't put on Crunchyroll, where the one where the protagonist gets murked at the end.
Yes. Now, I do have to ask, both of these had very strong anime references throughout. So I want to know, who is your favorite anime hero and anime villain? Both of you, whoever wants to go first.
Ooh.
It doesn't
Favorite
have to be
anime
permanent.
villain?
It could be just like top. So your audience doesn't come back and be like, that's your favorite. We're like, well, also this one, but
One of my favorites, one of my favorite villains is from Hunter x Hunter. I cannot remember his name right now, but it's the clown that uses the bungee gummy.
Yes, with the pink hair and the different symbols
Yes.
on his face. Yes. Oddly enough, he also fights children.
That's true.
Most
Yeah, we
most of
have a
them
lot
do
common.
though. Most of them do.
Most of them do fight children.
That's to be fair.
But he specifically fights children.
Most of them do.
But he's such a cool villain. Like the high energy. He wants his opponents to become stronger. Ahsoka, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite villains. One of my favorite heroes. I have to say, Guts from Berserk.
Oh,
Nice.
yes. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll keep the clown thing going, and Buggy's got to be one of the best villains out of One Piece. So, yeah, absolute
Solid.
quality character.
Full commitment
just,
to
yeah,
this scene too. So Buggy, yeah, full all in on that. That is a fully defined character.
It's fantastic. But as far as hero goes, Kamina from Gurren Lagann.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
sitting on top of Gurren Lagann,
Good choice.
Yes.
top tier.
Okay. Okay. Good suggestions thrown out because I mean, listen, we're all storytellers here. And so it's so important to have not only great heroes, but great villains. Like with any story, a hero is defined by how good their villain is. And I think tonight you were each other's villains, and it was a perfect challenge between the two of you. Just great energy back and forth, the challenging, how you responded to the situations. Beautifully done. Now, we can't steal all of your time forever, and I am seeing a small sandstorm on a camera, but in this moment, I would like final thoughts from you or your characters before we wrap this up. It's our way of saying goodbye to you and what you've created tonight. What are your final words for our listeners this evening? Whoever would like to go first. It's not me. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I'm going
no,
to say 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 10 kilometers per day.
That's great advice.
Great way to stay fit.
It works. It works every time. That's all you have to do. And then you'll be able to
Every
punch
time.
someone. That's it.
I'm gonna say, don't panic if your butt suddenly turns into big ass wings. Just keep saying yes and rolling with it, and you will have a grand old time. And who knows what heights you'll reach.
And it won't even be your final evolution.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we will see the rest of you on the next episode of D20 Deathmatch.